In today's video, we're going to discuss about a very important design pattern. It's called Facade Pattern. So, Facade Pattern is a context-specific interface implementation where a very complex design is given a simple interface. So, in layman's term, right? So, but what does it mean? So, suppose if you have a class which house different objects, okay, and each of these objects have got different methods, and you need to perform or call these methods in a specific way, in a specific sequence, so that you are able to complete a particular task, right? If you give a simple interface of few methods which internally will cover this complexity, so that is facade pattern. So let take some example. So if you see in this business component provider, right, it has got this product, then current user, then component map hashing. Okay, so there are multiple objects. However, all these objects are being used inside, say, get registered component. It's a simple call, and it will inside this functionality. All these objects are being objects methods are being called to do some a specific sequence of activities, so that this call will be able to get the registered component based on a particular ID or component name. Okay. So in today, let us implement a scenario where facade pattern can be used. So let us take an example where we will create a component called home theater. Okay. So I will first create an interface. Okay, so we have the interface. So let's have some public method. Suppose simple method, say select movie. So this is a simple component. The component is home theater. Okay, so you have to select a movie, and then you can start and stop movie. Okay, so let us implement the class. Okay, good. So we have implemented that I home theater interface in home theater. Now, obviously, home when you are having a home theater, you have lot many things. Like for example, you have the you have the uh, lights within. I mean that are there in the room. So you have to switch those lights on or off, because well, once you start watching a movie, you have to switch off the lights. Then you have to pull the uh, curtain, or if you are having it in a suppose if you are a curtain and you have a projector, right? Um, so so and then you have the sound boxes, so you have to control the sounds, and then you have um, the you have to select the movies. Or let's take, like, it's a let's not let's have a television. Okay, let's have a television, but you have external boxes of 3D, or so suppose you have a 5D surround system. So you have TV, you have 5D surround system, then you have the DVD player, you have the lights. So these are the components, right? So let's create those components. So let's first have a television. You have to have, like, switch on the television. Then you have to switch off the television. Okay. So in similar lines, you have to create interfaces for the lights and the fans or AC, right? So air conditional, like, switch on. Then you need to set temperature. So in similar lines, you need the lights, sound boxes, and so on. So you see, I have defined the interfaces for air condition, DVD player. So each of them having their own methods, right? Set temperature, switch off, DVD player, right? Play, reverse, stop. Okay, we have seen this. So then you have the lights. You want to make dim the lights or switch off or switch it on. Sound system where you can set the values, set volume, increase the volume, and so on. And then television, right? Switch on, switch off. Okay. So now we're going to implement all these interfaces into our class. So what I have done is I have implemented the classes, implemented the interface in the classes, and as well as filled up with some comments. Let me show you. Right. Uh, this one. This one. Okay. Here. Yeah. So you can see that I have given some comments so that we will be able to understand. And for this video, I'm not creating the factory, abstract factory implementation. Ideally, while creating the objects, you need to have the abstract factory for each of these components, like the DVD or air conditioner and DVD player, lights. That's the ideal way. So we are not going to do that. So let's go to okay. Uh, let's go to home theater. So obviously, this home theater class need to have all these objects, right? So what are the objects? Um, it will be uh, air conditioner. Let's set it null. So this way, I'm going to create all the objects and uh, yeah, and set their reference. So you see, I've created all these objects: AC, DVD player, light, uh, sound system. I think television is missing. I, okay. So, as we discussed, right? So this is the home theater, which has got multiple components, and each components has its own methods, which will be called in a specific way. So let's implement these methods, right? So when say select a movie, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to select that particular movie. Uh, okay, and then The movie is selected. We need to switch. We need to so let's create one more. So enter room, right? Let's once yeah. So let's do one thing. Let's add one more method to this home theater. Right there. Enter room. Let's implemented method. So what will happen when we enter the home theater room? So we will switch on the lights, right? First we will switch on the lights. Okay, then we will switch on the AC. Switch on the AC, and we have to set the AC to a particular say 18 degrees. Okay, then let's also add one more method, leave room, right? So we have to switch off the lights and the AC. So let's do that. Switch off AC. Now, so so here we are selecting the movie, right? So select the DVD there, and then we need to switch on the television, right? Switch on the television, and then we have to switch on the sound system. Or set the volume, right? Say some value, and then we'll start the movie. Yeah, so okay. Right, while starting the movie, we need to switch off the lights, and we need to start. So start the DVD player, play the display. Yeah, play the DVD player, right? And okay, so when we say stop movie, to stop the DVD player. Stop. Right, and then let us switch on the lights. So yeah, so the sequence of events. So you see, as I was telling, right, explaining that, so we are entering the room, and then we are selecting the movie, and then we are starting the movie, then stopping the movie, and leaving. And then we will leave the room. So this sequence of events that will happen for each of this user actions, right? So we are taking care of the complexity. So if you see inside, all these components are doing some activity. Okay, so that is what a facade pattern does. It simplifies the calls. So let's execute this program. Let us compile the program first. So I will build the project. It is giving some errors. Let's see. Maybe I haven't saved it. Let's build the project. Enter room. Enter room. That's the problem out here. Okay, this is public. Then I think it is okay. So let's build the buttons. I think everything is fine. So now what we'll do is add the main function. Public static void main. Okay. Probably we need to give the arguments, right? Yeah. So now, so let's we need to create this method. Okay, let's have a home theater object created. My home theater. Let's create that home theater. And we will enter room. Right. First we have to enter the room. Then to select movie. Select movie. Let's select Bahubali. Bahubali. Yeah, the name of the movie. And then we start the movie. Okay, and we go for a sleep. Make it 20 seconds. Sorry, 20 seconds. let's leave, and then we will stop the movie. Sorry, there is a typo, and then we will leave it, right? Exit, not leave room. So you see, these are the sequence of event. So it's a simple call. All the complexity are been taken care by this simple interface, right? Context. This particular context is home theater, and it is taken care by this simple interface, which has got this five functions methods. So let's run this program and see the output. Home theater. Let's run. This is how the output window looks like. So these are all the uh, sequence of events that has happened. So the light has been switched on, air condition is switched on, and then this air condition is set to temperature 18 at the time we enter the room, and then select the movie Bahubali. TV is switched on, then sound system is set to 10, okay, and light is switched off. Now we start the movie, so DVD plays, and then we watch the movie for 3 hours or so, and then the DVD stops and light is switched on, air condition is switched off. Okay, light is switched on, and then we leave the room, and air condition is switched off, and the light is switched off. So this is a simple demonstration of how uh, facade pattern is implemented, where we are reducing the complexity of the system by giving a context-centric interface, uh, which is simple to call. Okay, thank you, guys.